It's the NFL on EA Sports,
where we'll see who's better, Houston's former team or its current one. It's the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Nashville. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Tennessee offense taking the field for the first time. Leading them out, it is their rookie quarterback from your alma mater, Greg, University of Miami.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
That's quickly out to Jefferson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Second and 7. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Pollard. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Pollard. A gain there of 16 yards. First down for Tennessee.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Now, faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Out of the gun, they give it to Pollard. He'll manage only a couple. That's Henry To'o on the tackle. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down yardage. The stop made at the 31, but a new set of downs. First down picked up. They'll look to throw. His pass caught. It's Chigokonkwo. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Titan first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
A lengthy opening drive now comes to this. It is third down. Back to throw. He's got his tight end. That's a Okonkwo. And they'll mark him out at the 8, but it is enough to set up first and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. It is brought in the end zone. Calvin Ridley, touchdown Titans. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Titans will take a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center.
Looking free downfield, it's Kirk. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. First carry for Joe Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They face 2nd down and 7. Now it's the veteran, Dare Ogunbowale. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Dare Ogunbowale. Touchdown, Houston.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Texans come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
It is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. A gain of 16, good enough for a 1st down.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
And he's going to wind up losing yardage here And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Throwing now from the gun. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Texans offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. A chance here for Ogunbowale. And he's going to have the first down yardage across the 50 to the 48.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Pass caught. It's John Mechie.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd and a yard. Kirk is the motion man. They'll run. It's Ogunbowale. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. From the gun, here's Stroud. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own, and at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Kirk is the motion man. On the ground, it's Ogunbowale. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
But the fullback trying to power it home. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. This is fielded inside the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Titans offense about ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He'll look to throw. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. First and goal. Here's Stroud. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. John Mechie. Touchdown, Houston. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball first and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Texans will take a 21-7 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This throw, right side, taken in by Ridley. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. That caught Tony Pollard.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll look to throw again. Lockett brings it in out wide. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back to the air one more time. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Joey Sly comes on. They'll try the field goal here. This from 30 yards out. Sly's kick is good. And the Titans cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Throwing is Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. On play action. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Stroud to the right side, and Kurt's got it. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Stroud to throw. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st, so it'll bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. That one is good. And the Texans are going to open up a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one finds Lockett down the left side. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On 2nd down, here's Pollard. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On fourth down, the longtime special teams ace, Johnny Hecker on to punt. Braxton Berrios deep to return. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back set to go once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Toward the boundary. Taken in by Collins. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A second down throw for Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, here's Stroud. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Cody Barton.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They'll start out 1st down and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Got a man, it's Lockett. He's going to pick up a Titans 1st down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll look to throw again. There's that man again. Another catch. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
1st and 10. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He has Lockett over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the air one more time. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw yet again. The second down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a first down. They'll drop to throw. He finds the veteran Lockett. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
He'll look to throw. Once again, right back to Lockett. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Back to throw. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession. So they're still alive, but now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Sly now for the point after. He's got it. And the Titans back within 7. It's 24-17. They've got just the 2 timeouts remaining, so they'll line up and take their chances right here with an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Here's 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. On the ground, it's Mixon. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Here's Mixon. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down for Houston.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.